Thursday here on the Pop Samurai Network, here on twitch.tv/Pop Samurai Network. And it's time for us to get ready for some pop contention tonight. We're going to get into top 5 unintentionally funny moments. Those are moments that are from non-comedies, basically. We're going to have some fun with that. And then we're going to head over to Pop Aficionados for some reviews, international reviews, cool pop culture items, and just some other pop culture discussions. So stick around. We're ready tonight. Let's do this.
Pop Samurai, I choose you!
Is Pop Samurai?
No. Hey, Pop Samurai, if you're not listening to Pop Samurai, then you're doing nothing constructive.
In a world looking for something to listen to, a group of friends rise to the challenge. It's Pop Samurai.
Welcome back, everybody. We're ready here to go into some cool Thursday pop power block here. Thank you so much for joining us here on the twitch.tv/Pop Samurai Network. We appreciate you. We love all you. Mwah. I am your host for tonight, Jaboy Jelani Hoon, along with my co-host, Critical Joel Pat Brocky's here.
Hello.
Will Walkie. Wash Kuhn is here with us.
Oh, damn.
I am.
This is the voice of God.
What? Thank you so much
God?
for being here. This is me.
You sound so much less masculine than I thought you would. I had like this daddy complex about you.
Whoa.
Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here tonight. We appreciate all of you for showing up and sticking around with us. If you guys are here live with us, let us know in the chat. We love to interact back with the audience here who's watching with us. Otherwise, make sure you stick around. We're going to be here for quite some time until, a couple shows. But first up is Pop Contention.
We're going to be here for about as long as we stick around
as
for.
As long as we normally go.
We're just going to linger a bit if that's cool with you. We're looking for a place to crash, so...
That's right. Bang, bang. We're ready to do this. All right. Tonight, we're going into Pop Contention first, our list-making show where each of us comes in with a secret top 5 list. We reveal it to each other, and then we just have a cool discussion about making an official list for the episode. So let's see what happens here. This week's topic was top 5 unintentionally funny moments. Those are moments that were supposed to be serious or were supposed to not be funny, but I think some of us here are gonna reveal to you that we had a little chuckle, at least a chortle, just ha, that's we'll get there. So each of us brought in a cool little top 5 list on their unintentionally funny moments, and we're gonna get through it right now. So, Will,
me,
hey,
hi,
how you doing?
I'm surviving. I'm
Good.
getting through with the help of the magic bean juice.
Well, good. So let's start off with you. I want to hear what your number 5 pick on your list was for top 5 unintentionally funny moments.
That is an excellent question. I am going to follow it up with what I think is one of the things that absolutely every nerd will say was just an off-color moment. I remember busting out laughing in the theaters watching this. This was the end of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. The Darth Vader, the just epically melodramatic reveal of Darth Vader. And, oh my god, how do you bridge the bitchiness of Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker with the badassness of Darth Vader? You don't. You just stick them together and hope for the best, and that's how you get this awfully hilarious moment.
One might say, no!
No!
Oh, my lord. Very good pick. Very good pick. All right, let's head over to Joel. Joel.
All right. I am a fan of 80s and early 90s horror B-movies. And I have to bring up one that is a personal pick that I think has to be on this list. You probably have all seen, but maybe have not seen the movie. It is the movie called Troll 2, which is about goblins. But but it is the scene that, oh my God, they are eating her. They're going to eat me.
Ooh, so much dramatic tension.
Yeah,
I wonder what happened next.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. It's equivalent to Darth Vader screaming. Pretty much equivalent.
Yeah.
That's
Just
up
as
for
bad.
debate.
Yeah.
It's a really great scene that was supposed to just not be funny, but you know what? It ended up being hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, moving over to me. My number 5 here. I actually got quite a few video games on this list here.
Ooh, nice.
My number 5 here comes from one of my favorite games, Heavy Rain. And in the game Heavy Rain, there's a classic. There's a classic thing that happens in video games when they give you a soundboard clip and you kind of just like go through and you have to repeat an action and you hear the same sound over and over again. That happened in one of the most serious moments in the game where you lose your son Jason, and there's a button to call the name Jason over and over again. And the clips, I guess they must have did it in one shot because it was Jason, 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 and it was just 2 clips of that repeating back and back, and it ended up being the most hilarious thing to me, and it became a meme at one point of the Jason meme. So that's what I got for my number 5.
Beautiful.
All right, Will, back to you for number 4.
Yes, I am gonna take a dip into these video games you so speak of. Mine comes from the ever classic Metal Gear Solid 2. That is gonna be the Colonel flipping out. The I need scissors 61 rant near the end of the game. It was supposed to be kind of freaky because you like rely on the Colonel to give you so much intel throughout the game and then you just lose your one lifeline. But I just thought it was hilarious. Like all this nonsensical text that they put in there and him delivering it totally deadpan. It just, it got me for sure.
Spoiler, it's a computer going crazy.
Yes. Spoiler for that game that came out in 2006-ish.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to look it up.
Good stuff.
No, that one is really odd, though. You're right. I love that one.
Really good show.
MGS2 came out, oh my god, in 2001. God,
Whoa.
we're old.
Don't remind us.
Yeah, sorry.
I feel old. All right, number 4, Joel.
All right, my number 4 comes from another 80s icon, but this time an action star. Probably one of my favorite films, and I know Jelani really appreciates this one too. It is Predator, but it is Get to the Chopper.
Chopper now!
Nobody can take that man seriously.
Get to the chopper, yes. Get to the chopper! All right, good pick. All right, number 4 for me is another video game here. So, I can't think of a better game to put on this list for unintentionally funny moments than the angsty, back in my memories of an angsty Jelani, when I used to love, stuff like this. DMC 1, Devil May Cry. Great game for an angsty teen. And then at the end, when he's holding the lifeless body of the woman, and he's like, "I should have filled your dark soul with light."
So bad. It's so bad.
They were like, "Got it in one. You got it in one."
We don't need any more than that. You're good.
The voice cracking, the voice cracking of the voice actor in that, perfect, and it just makes me laugh every time. So much so that I think the Capcom just like kind of owns up to it. It's like, yeah, you know what? It was a goof. All right, going over to number 3 on our list. Will, what's your number 3?
Number 3. It turns out I have a pretty video game heavy list as well. I am going to come up with the ultimate meme. Bethesda's Skyrim took an arrow to the knee. Whenever you're going anywhere across Skyrim, you talk to a guard. He says, "Hey, I used to be an adventurer, Then I took an arrow to the knee. Is he talking about getting married? Is he talking about getting shot in the knee? Do we care? Not really. It just boils down to everyone across this gigantic, sprawling landscape having the same one line.
Yeah.
And it became a meme for a hot minute.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. All right. Joel, number 3.
All right, let me just reenact this for you guys, and I think we'll just seal the deal for my number 3 here. Opens door. I did not hit her. It is not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
That is Tommy Wiseau as Johnny in The Room.
Outstanding.
I'm just going to put down The Room because the whole movie is unintentionally funny.
I know.
It's true.
I know, exactly. But that one, oof.
Yes. Good stuff. All right, number 3. So this is a personal, unintentionally funny moment here. So I was in the theater, went with some family, and we saw the very first Saw movie together.
Okay.
With some family members, and we were watching it, and I was like, "This is a pretty good movie." And then we got up to the end of the movie, and in a theater full of people, I bursted out laughing. There was a moment where dude from Carrie Elway,
Ellius.
whatever, Ellius,
Guy from The Princess Bride.
From Princess Bride, amazing Princess Bride movie. And Saw, he proceeds to freak out, doesn't really try to reach for a phone, saws his leg off, and then crawls across the room to give like a very like, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get help. And it was just like, I just started laughing, and everyone was like turning around, like, what the hell?
You're like, why was that the option you took?
I was like, why was that the option? Why didn't you just like, why did he just like out the room? Was like, I'll be back. I'm gonna get help, you know. But he crawls over to the guy across the room. I'm gonna go get help. So I couldn't stop laughing in the theater, and that was just me. And I might have ruined that movie for some people.
Outstanding.
Oh, right. Number twos, guys. Will, what's your number 2?
Yeah, number 2 is a case much like that, where I was in the theater for what was supposed to be a horror movie, and I gave a very inappropriate laugh at a very inappropriate time. That's gonna be the remake of Dawn of the Dead, the classic zombie movie, when they uncover the zombie baby and then shoot it in the face. like they're just like, what, the mother is over here chained to the bed,
Zombified.
full on zomb. And the dad's there like, you can't take it from me. And so they shoot him, because of course they do. And they like do this slow reveal, like, I wonder what it's gonna be. And it's just like, wah! And they fucking peg it in the face. And I know that was not supposed to be funny, but I cried laughing at that.
Terrible execution, right?
Well, like the comedic timing of it was so perfect that I almost have a hard time believing that it was an accident, because oh my god, it to this day and it's Dawn of the Dead. It's like one of my favorite like iterations of zombies, one of the foundational iterations of zombies, and it just kills me.
That's really good, man. I love it. I didn't
Really
even think
good.
of that, but good idea. Hell yeah.
And
right.
for sure, I busted a gut in that movie theater, and everyone's like, "What is wrong with you, sir?
Awesome.
Sir,
Sir.
calm down.
You're being a problem."
All right, Joel. Number 2. What you got?
All right. I had a similar notion as Jelani here, so I'm just going to go with my description of it, which is, if you give people a red button and you say, don't press this, or at least try to be dramatic with your pressing of the button, then you're not going to do that. People tend to just exploit the living hell out of it. It's kind of like, the nuclear button, right? Like, if you see that, somebody's just going to push it because they're idiots. Well, that is the Jason button from Heavy Rain, and I have to include this one because that is so phenomenally ridiculous that you can shout it as many times as you want, and in the most serious part of one of the most serious parts of the entire game. So it's like, your son's being abducted essentially, or running away.
He goes missing.
Yeah. But the clown, the red balloon, all of that, it's like you're chasing him down, and I just think it's so funny because it's like, this is like every parent's worst nightmare, right? Like a kid getting lost and you're chasing them down, you can't find them frantically, and of course the 2-voice choice that you really don't even have, you just keep pressing the button, and it's like, it is so phenomenally bad. So yeah, that I have to put on this list. That is the Jason from Heavy Rain. Absolutely.
Nice. Very good. All right. We're about to get to our number ones, folks. But before we get to number one, our number one picks, we have honorable mentions or dishonorable mentions. I don't know, whatever you want to say. So we're going to get onto it. Will, I want to hear about what almost made it to your list.
Yeah, so I have the Propeller Man fall from Titanic, which I completely forgot about, and then went and looked and did some research for this, and everyone had Propeller Man. And I rewatched that moment 8 times because I'm just like, oh, this is so good.
So good.
That might be the high point of that movie. Oh Hi Mark from The Room was on mine. I didn't really watch Dawson's Creek, but the Vanderbeek Ugly Cry is definitely on there.
Picture, for sure.
Everyone's seen that picture, yeah.
From the TV show Heroes, one of the main characters, Peter Petrelli, he actually jumps into a post-apocalyptic future with his girlfriend at his side, and then he leaves her there. Like, when he jumps back, she just gets stuck in post-apocalyptic New York because he's kind of a jerk. And I thought that was very funny. All Your Base Are Belong to Us from Zero Wing. Of course, classic translation fail. I've Shot Wars, from Dead Rising. I thought that's of course an enduring line. And then Boy from God of War. Just constantly, your actual picks about Jason reminded me of God of War and how he's just trying to be this very stern father figure, but all he's doing is just berating his kid. Boy. Yeah. Nobody even knows if he really knows his child's name to this day. So,
all right,
that's what I got.
Good stuff. Joel, let's go on to you. What almost made it to your list?
All right, I've got Admiral Tarkin. Not Admiral Tarkin. It's what's his name? It's a Trap from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Tarkin.
Akbar.
What's his name?
Akbar.
That's it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know if you guys have seen Anaconda, the movie, but in there, the Anaconda spits up John Voight, who was eaten, and as he spit up right in front of J-Lo, he winks at J-Lo after coming out of being digested from the Anaconda. Kickboxer, the drunken dancing Van Damme, have to include that one. You Look a Bit Worse for Wear from The Wicker Man as he punches this lady out. It's like, whoa, that was not supposed to happen, but it's kind of funny. Not the Bees as well from Wicker Man. I have Palatine, where Yoda is essentially fighting with the Emperor, and he does the Force throw, and he gets flung back into the chair, and it just looks so ridiculous. Exactly, it's so bad. I don't know if you guys have seen Congo, or at least in a long time, but Stop Eating My Sesame Cake. Exactly, I had to include that one. I have Silent Night, Deadly Night, The Garbage Day, where the guy's super serious. He's like, Garbage Day. Boom, and shoots the guy. From Flash Gordon, I have to include the part where he's wrestling all these people, and his wife or girlfriend to be is like, I love you, but we only have 14 hours to save the universe. So it's totally out of place. Just why? And then Anakin, you're breaking my heart. That one's terrible. And then one of my favorite Kurt Russell moments is It's a Pressure Valve. It won't open unless there's tremendous pressure from freaking Poseidon. That's so good.
It's really good. It's a really good scene.
And then I'll just give one quick shout out to Leroy Jenkins. He was being an ass, and I don't think he thought it was going to be as funny as it was.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like that was intentional.
Yeah,
that's
why.
That's just so good that I have a hard time believing that he was trying not to be funny.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
What about you, Jelani?
Yes, a couple runner-ups or honorable mentions here, or dishonorable mentions. Wicker Man, the bees, of course.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars 3, the no scene. And also Star Wars prequels, anything with Anakin and sand.
It gets everywhere.
Yeah, Anakin and the pear, where he floats over the pear, the obviously very fake-looking fruit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
The Room, the whole movie. The Happening. I don't know if you guys ever seen The Happening, but Mark Wahlberg's delivery of every line in that movie is hilarious.
Good point. Oh yeah.
You're trying to kill me. What? No.
The older lady, yeah. Oh, that's so good.
It's hilarious every time I hear it. Yeah, short, sweet. That's all I got.
Nice, man. Very good.
All right. We have arrived at the number ones. So let's get to it. Will, what's your number one?
My number one is... Oh, is it funny? No, it's not funny. But it's so unfunny that it's actually funny. I'm going to go with Titus laughing from Final Fantasy X.
Oh, strong choice.
And you're just like, I like, you get so upset at it that you laugh too. You know what I mean? Like, it's so bad. But you can't help yourself.
Can't help yourself.
Yeah.
I love it. That is so good.
It's a good one. That's a really good pick.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Joel, number one for top 5 unintentionally funny moments.
I think for anybody who's seen this movie and you were at some point a bachelor in your life and you're like going out on the town trying to be cool, you're very careful to not be as cool as evil Peter Parker from Spider-Man 3 dancing around town. That is just over the top. That scene is freaking... I don't know what they were trying to go for, but it just came off as, this is the dumbest thing I think most people have ever seen.
This was Toby, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Tobey Maguire dancing just sounds like a recipe for...
Disaster.
Yeah. All right. Let's go over to my number one here.
Oh, yeah.
All right. There's a movie that I absolutely love called Ricky O, The Story of Ricky. And there's a scene in this movie. The whole movie is very just out there, and it's very like campy and this and that. But there's a scene that I like to call Ricky's girlfriend, where Ricky's girlfriend commits suicide by jumping off a building, right? It's not supposed to be funny, but the budgetary reasonings behind this possibly was that they used the most mannequin looking mannequin that they could.
It's the mannequiniest mannequin of all time.
It's just like it's a scene of her girlfriend screaming, running up to the top of the roof. You see her walk to the edge, and then all of a sudden it hard cuts to a mannequin falling and hitting the ground, and you see it just like stiff board hitting the ground, and it makes me laugh so much every time I see it because it's just the fakest mannequin. So that's what I got.
That whole movie is just beautiful. So I love that you picked this one. That is so good. Nicely done.
All right. So we've revealed all our top 5 here for top 5 unintentionally funny moments. Now we're about to go into the nomination rounds for our official top 5 moments here, where we're going to rank an official top 5 list for this episode using these picks. So let's see what happens. Will, you have first round nomination. What would you like to nominate for any of the top 5 spots we have?
I would like Dawn of the Dead Zombie Baby at number 4.
All right. All right. Joel, what you got?
I'm going to throw I did not hit her. It's bullshit. Oh, hi, Mark. At let's say number 2.
2. All right. I am going to, let's see here. I'm going to try and throw up. I'm going to throw up Skyrim, arrow to the knee, or knee to the, no, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, wait, you had that on there?
Yeah, he forgot to give his number 2, I think.
Oh, did I forget to give my number 2?
Oh,
Oh my
well,
God.
there you go.
Man, who's driving this show, right? Me?
Who's in charge around here?
Oh my God. All right, yeah.
Your manager.
Rewind, back it up. My number 2 was Skyrim, arrow to the knee. And I'm going to put that up at number 3. That's what I'm going to do.
Arrow to the knee. Nice.
All right, so we're gonna start off here. Round 1. We each of us have a minute to talk about our picks and why it deserves to be on the official list here. Starting with number 4 with the baby zombie, and going to me, then to Joel. All right, everybody ready?
Yes.
All right, let's start the timer. And Will, go.
Okay, so George Romero's Dawn of the Dead, like I said, foundational movie for zombie films. Unfortunately, I already kind of told you guys why this one is so funny. Is like the inevitability of them like very slowly building up the tension and what's going to happen when they uncover this baby. Like everyone knew it was going to be a zombie baby, and they open it and it just like gives this awkward like duck hiss at the camera, and it's like reveal, hiss, jump to black with the sound of a gunshot. And like I said, the comedic timing almost makes it hard to believe that this was a mistake, but this is not supposed to be a funny movie, and it's supposed to be a really dark moment. And I think it's a little personal because I do sincerely remember the looks I got when I just started belly laughing in the theater at this. So I put it lower than I have it on my personal list because I want to see it on here. Such a funny moment, not supposed to be. Dawn of the Dead. Get it on there. Get at me.
Nice. All right, moving over to me here. Skyrim is an amazing game, folks. That's why it's on everything. But a game as expansive as this, and with so many things to check and go through and everything like that, I don't think Bethesda thought that this one line that was going to make such an impact as it did. They must have wrote a bunch of lines for every single NPC out there, and they just put this line in and it was like, maybe we'll expand it later, and maybe they just never got to expand people's like lines later on. But the arrow to the knee story with every single guard,
everyone. Hope you don't have to talk to a guard. You're gonna hear about him getting an arrow to the knee.
Yes, and so it just became an unintentional funny moment that you. I mean, there was some moments where whenever I walked into a new town or city, it would just be a guard being like, I was just like you before I took an arrow to the knee. And I was
dude,
like, wow,
I don't know about
every guard's an adventurer.
I don't know about you, but whenever I was playing like an evil character and I had to ransack a town, I would always start by shooting the first guard I saw right in the knee. Just like kneecapping fools left and right.
That's so good.
Yeah,
like, you got what you wished for!
Yeah. Oh, so good. So good. All right. So that's my time right there. Joel, talk about the room scene.
All right. Well, I'm just going to give a very brief description of the room. It's just from 2003, written, directed, and produced by Tommy Wiseau. This is a weird melodramatic love story and of a love triangle. So you'd think that it'd be like maybe a little bit more serious, but the fact that this individual made this film and did every like creative aspect to it really just proves that this guy is a incredibly weird individual. But this one scene particularly is after he has been accused of essentially hitting her, and he is going up to see his friend on a roof where they kind of hang out occasionally, and he busts out the door, and it's supposed to be like, I didn't do this, what the heck? But it just comes off as like, first off, a very stumbled and hard to get the words out type of line where it's like, oh, I didn't do it. I didn't hit her. This is bullshit. I didn't do it. And then it's like, it's though he just like recognizes that his friend is there, and it's like total change of behavior, total change of emotion. Oh, hi, Mark. How you doing? So, I mean, it kind of sums up this film where it's just like, it's totally quirky, totally odd. But this scene in particular, just I think for most people is like, yeah, that's bad acting, and that's why this is widely considered one of the worst movies, although not intentionally at all. So that's what I've got for the room.
All right. Good
I mean,
stuff.
you just wonder how many takes it took, for him
I
to
hope 100.
butcher that line. And the fact that that's the one that they went with.
Yeah. Like, what were the others? Jeez.
Like, boom, awesome, print it.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Let's see here. All right, so we're going that the debate round is over. Time to get over to the voting round. So, we're gonna start at number 4 for Dawn of the Dead's Baby Zombie. What do we think, Will?
Get it in there. Shoot it right in.
All right, Joel.
I actually really love this because I love this movie just like you, and I have to say that that scene for me just was like, it's just off. There's just something off about it. It's like, it's not right. It's not in the right movie or in the right place. So I think unintentional comedy, it hits the mark. Yes, you got my vote.
Good stuff.
It didn't hit the mark. It didn't.
It
True.
did not.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a big yay for me too. The moment that it just like slow looks and then the eyes open and it's like
Well, sounds like a pig.
Oh
Yeah,
my
and
god,
so-
yes. That's a great descriptor.
All right, so
What did you say, a duck?
I said it was like a duck, like meh. You know.
Yeah.
All right, Dawn of the Dead's Baby Zombie makes it on the list.
All
right.
right.
Moving up to number 3, the number 3 spot for Skyrim's arrow to the knee moment. Yay or nay? I'm gonna stick with this one. Get a big thumbs up. Yay. Will, what about you?
Oh, I used to be an adventurer, and let me tell you, I took lots of arrows to the knee. It's a yay from me.
Nice.
Awesome. Love it.
Joel.
Yeah, I would happily give this one. I think this is like one of the biggest oversights in video game history. And it's unintentionally hilarious. So perfect.
Nice.
Love it.
Honestly,
Good
I
stuff.
think all the guards in Skyrim were just like Captain Falconing everywhere and just putting their knees out. Like, lead with it. They'll never hit it. Bam, done.
Why don't we put armor on this thing?
You'd think someone would invent knee pads.
Nice. All right. Number 2 for the rooms. I did not hit her. I did not. Joel.
Oh, this gets a big yay for me. This is odd as hell.
Yeah, this whole movie is like this, and so I think it deserves to be on this list. I'm gonna put a big yay on this one as well. Will, what would you have said?
Just to be spicy, I'm gonna say no.
Oh,
But
Just to
had
be
it
spicy.
had it come to me, I probably would have said yes.
All right.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
That low risk denial, I love it. Get everyone on my bad side, or get on
All
everyone's
right.
bad side, I should say.
after the first round here, the spots that are available on the official top 5 list of unintentional funny moments is number 1 and number 5 are left. We're going over to Joel. What would you like to nominate for this list?
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna throw Get to the Choppa at number 5. Let's do that.
Oh, chop at number 5. All right. Going over to me here. I'm gonna throw up Fill your
Oh,
dark
no,
soul. Fill your dark soul with light from Devil May Cry at number 5.
I'm gonna go with the Colonel freaking out from Metal Gear Solid 2 at number 5.
Ooh.
Did we all do number 5? Sorry, Joel, where
Yeah.
did you put yours?
Yep, I put that at number 5.
Oh God, what did we do?
Choppa. Nah, you're all right.
I lied. Put mine at number 1.
Are you moving it?
Yep.
All right, MGS2 at number 1. All right.
Yep.
Okay. All right, starting at number 5, Joel with the Predators Get to the Choppa versus DMC, and then at number 1 with Will's Metal Gear Solid's Colonel's Freak Out. Here we go. Joel, go.
Nothing is worse than seeing an individual in agony, unless it is Arnold, of course, because for whatever reason, his broken English, I guess you'd say, or whatever it is, and as much as that's typically not a funny thing, this is because his voice became an iconic thing, right? So I think in this scene where essentially he's telling everybody to run away and get to the chopper to run away from this terrible thing that I don't want to spoil the movie, but there's a predator out there. It's just, to me, it has been used 1,000 times. This is a very influential pick, I think, in regards to how an unintentionally funny thing has become part of modern day pop culture. But most of all, I think it hits that criteria of, holy crap, this was unintentional, because this is supposed to be kind of terrifying at a minimum, and also a very high tension moment. But the only thing that I think people took away from this was get to the choppa. Get to the choppa in the voice of Arnold. So it's it just was the wrong person for the wrong scene with the wrong phrasing, just something like that. So it just is beautifully unintentional and hilarious. So.
Beautiful. There's going over to me here. There's nothing more funny. There's nothing funny about seeing a person in agony, but unless it's an angsty demon. There's a scene in Devil May Cry, and there's a lot of scenes that are funny in this game, but an unintentional funny moment in the end of this game where the woman is lifeless, and Dante starts crying and says, "I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light," and just has the worst voice crack in the middle of it. It just makes it hilarious for this angsty demon to just voice crack in the middle of that, and then for the video game developers to be like, "You got it in one, guy. You got it in one," and it became just a great moment. And so I think it should be on this list. Let's throw it up there. Well, going over to the MGS2 scene with the Colonel, give us it.
And now, a moment of poetry with Hideo Kojima. I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Harakiri Rock. I need scissors. 61. You don't get that kind of writing every day. It was supposed to be unnerving, but it is so unbelievably weird. Even for a freaking out AI to spit something like that out, it was supposed to be tense, and it made me laugh out loud. And for a large part of my adult life, I used to have that memorized, but I had to look it up this time. I'll admit, I cheated. It's just, it's beautiful. And I think it deserves to be on this list. And you guys made me use it as a heihachi, so take that.
Well,
I just want to say, think about the first time you played through that, and how you probably actually responded. Were you like, "What did he just say?"
Well,
Did I hear that correctly?
This was also right after you ran around the entire level naked as Raiden, doing handless cartwheels because you had your hands over your junk.
Mm-hmm.
That was quite a sequence for that game.
Quite a sequence. All
We
right.
expected weird from Kojima, but not that type of weird, right?
This was still when he was relatively normal too, when he was writing things that made sense.
Yeah, I think now at this moment we expect this type of weird.
This wouldn't even register if this moment was in Ground Zeroes. But because it was in Metal Gear Solid 2 and they were still trying to keep things in the realm of possibility, it was just bonkers. This line was bananas and I love it.
Hell yeah.
Nice. All right. That's the debate round is done. We're heading over to the voting round here for the number 5 spot. The Predator Get to the Chopper scene versus Devil May Cry Let Me Fill Your Dark Soul with Light. Let's get to that voting. Joel, what you voting for?
Ooh, this is a tough one. Honestly, the Devil May Cry didn't come to mind initially, but that is a beautiful pick. And that's with Triss, by the way, is the woman. But I think I'm going to go with more unintentional feeling to me is the Get to the Chopper. So.
All right. I'm gonna throw this over to Will and see what happens here. I'm gonna stick with the Devil May Cry scene. Let's see.
Yeah.
Chop him now! You know I gotta go with Arnold here. That is one of the best moments. I mean, come on. That's zeitgeist now. That's so ubiquitous.
All right, Predator, get to the chopper.
Chopper!
All right. All right, we're going over to number 1 for the MGS2 Colonel Freakout scene. Will.
Yes. I'm just gonna say yes.
Joel.